Squad is finally here, and it's directed by David Ayer, and this is the third DC film in the universe, including Man of Steel and BVS, known as Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Everyone's saying BVS these days. What this movie is about is Amanda Wallace, played by Viola Davis, figured, what if the next Superman became a terrorist? Because from Batman v Superman, spoiler alert, Superman wasn't around anymore, so she figured, what if Superman is just like the new Superman, became like a bad guy and can destroy the world? So she decides to make a team of a bunch of DC villains, including Harley Quinn and Deadshot, to go out and save the world, known as the Suicide Squad. This movie, I was excited. This movie looks pretty good. The trailers were awesome. They look like this movie's gonna be fun. I have a DC shirt, by the way. It looks fun, it looks awesome, and it looks like it's gonna be one of the most surprising films of the year. And then when I saw the critics and the reviews, people didn't like this movie. And some people do like this movie for the reviews, but the critics, there's like 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was just like, oh god, please not a Batman v Superman, seriously. Because Batman v Superman, I actually did watch that film again theatrical, and I actually thought it wasn't good. And I'll probably put it on my worst list somewhere. I'm actually being serious. I'd rather watch the Ultimate Edition more than Batman v Superman. But we're going to talk about the Suicide Squad, for God's sake. So I went in the movie really scared, and maybe the Rotten Tomato reviews are right, but I was wrong. I was actually really wrong. I was thinking, after I watched this movie, how come this movie got 29% on Rotten Tomatoes? Are you joking? Because Suicide Squad was amazing. I enjoyed Suicide Squad. I had a lot of fun with this movie. This movie is a ton of fun, a ton of action, ton of comedy, actually. There is comedy and a bit of heart as well, which that's very different from a DC movie. Let's start with the positive, because it does mean I have negatives. I still have negatives with this movie. But let's start with the positives. First, the cast. Great. Will Smith as Deadshot was really great in this movie. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She stole this movie for me. She was awesome, she was badass, she was funny, and she was damn sexy at the exact same time. And that's what I got from seeing the trailer, and I got it from the movie, which, that's great. Great job, Margot Robbie. You're probably the only Harley Quinn that's in the movies. Seriously, there's not even a single Harley Quinn character in the movies. This is the first Harley Quinn, which is disappointing, because they should have done that, at least in Batman and Robin, and even make her look like stupid. But no, Margot Robbie is the first Harley Quinn, and she became a classic character. Yeah, Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang surprised me. I expect him to be really bad in this movie, because Jai Courtney wasn't a great actor in my opinion. I didn't like him. I didn't like him in Terminator Genesis. I didn't like him in Die Hard 5, but this movie is probably one of his best roles, and he's probably the funniest character in this entire movie, and that's great as hell. Now guys, the thing you've all been waiting for, Jared Leto as the Joker. Jared Leto, you are really great in this movie. Yeah, Jared Leto did surprise me. I didn't expect him to be great, but in this movie, he was just like, he was surprised me. I do have a negative about Jared Leto's Joker. I'll talk about it in the negatives, but for all that, Jared Leto as a Joker, I want to see more of him, because he is awesome. I'll give you more details in the negatives. I love the action scenes. The action scenes were fun to see. I even love some backstories and some emotion scenes that fit in this movie, and that's what's really cool about this movie. This movie is not just a regular superhero movie or an anti-hero movie. It's about supervillains that have heart and gold, and that's what makes this movie so special, in my opinion. And I don't know why people didn't like this film. Some people don't like it. Some people did like this film, which I'm on their side, because this movie I had a ton of fun with. But I do have some negatives. Here we go. The first 20 to 30 minutes of this film is like, the editing is a little choppy, and it's just like, the editing is just like a little flashback, shaky cam. You know what you mean when I see this movie. And yeah, and let's talk about Jared Leto's Joker for the negatives. It didn't show much of him, and I want to show a lot of Joker scenes, because I want him to be the best part of the movie. He wasn't really. Harley Quinn was. But just like him as a Joker, you just don't see him much. He's just like a side character, you know what I mean? But it was still awesome in those scenes, and I think that's really cool in this movie. And the final battle scene was really cool, but the villain in this movie, I didn't like the villain in this movie. There are like kind of like two villains, but one of the villains I don't like. The other villain I did like. I'm not going to tell you who the villain is. It's kind of a spoiler. But one of the villains in this movie is just like, it's just messy and weird. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end, I love Suicide Squad. I'm really sorry I don't want to rate this high, but in my opinion, Suicide Squad might be my favorite DC movie in the universe than Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Of course it is. I think this is better than Man of Steel, even though Batman v Superman wasn't as good as Man of Steel. This is better than both of those movies. So I'm sorry I had to give this rating. I'm gonna give Suicide Squad an A+. I know it's a high rating, but I love this movie. You have to respect people's opinions. Everyone has different opinions, and that's what's good about every review of this movie. People can have different opinions. Don't worry, I still agree on Fantastic Four. That was a bad movie. And also, guys, there's a mid-credit scene in this movie as well, and you don't want to miss it because the mid-credit scene was pretty awesome. So, guys, have you seen the Suicide Squad? What do you think of it? Comment below, let me know what you think. I know I haven't made a video in a while after Jason Bourne. I was just waiting for this movie to come out to review it, and I might do some more reviews coming soon. So make sure to subscribe to my movies, everything, and make sure to subscribe, or the Joker will actually hurt you really bad. Yeah, okay, Joker. You don't have to kill him. I'm sure they will do it. What? Have a nice day.